Thank you for joining us today to learn about the Micrograves Residence VR experience. My name is Ed Johnston. I'm an associate professor in the Michael Graves College at Kean University. I teach experience design within the graphic design program, and I was the project director. I'm co-presenting with Jacqueline O'Connor. Jacqueline has been the lead student researcher and designer, and she's done extraordinary work on this project. Our research team also included Professor Henry Stankiewicz and design student researchers Liam Elias, Daniela Almaneda, Ray Hagrelius, and Tiffany Thibodeau, with special contributions from Dean David Money and Associate Dean Rose Ganella.
The Michael Graves Residence VR experience takes users on a journey through the former home and studio of world-renowned architect Michael Graves. Through a 360-degree experience, users are invited to explore the unique spaces within the home. The purpose of this project is to provide Kean University and the public with immersive experiences about the property, which was previously home and studio to the world-renowned architect Michael Graves. Prototypes of VR scenes were captured with a 360-degree camera. Our team created a voiceover experience to accompany audiences as they virtually travel through the different spaces. We explored different platforms to showcase the residence with the public and classrooms off-site. The research team was challenged with the task of creating an experience that would empower the public and classrooms to travel through the unique spaces at the residence and to learn about the significance of various rooms and artifacts in a remote setting. Our solution is a 360-degree virtual walkthrough of the Michael Graves residence. 360 VR technology enabled us to digitally share the property with a larger audience at different locations around the world. The tour can be experienced standalone or with a VR headset.
We are about to watch a few short video screen captures of specific portions of the 360 VR experience. At the beginning, you hear the voice of Dean David Money welcoming us to the residence.
Kean University welcomes you to the warehouse, the former home of Michael Graves, the world-renowned architect and designer. The residence is located in Princeton, New Jersey, and currently serves as a retreat and study center for Kean's Michael Graves College. The converted residence was built as a warehouse in 1926 by Italian stonemasons for use as a storage facility. It consisted of 40 small storage cells. By the 1970s, it had fallen into disuse. Michael purchased it in the early 1970s and began a long renovation process. The L-shaped building was renovated in stages over many years. The north wing, entered through the outdoor courtyard, includes a living room, dining room, and library with a garden terrace on the first floor.
And in this short portion, we experience Michael Graves' library.
The library is situated in what was once an office for the original warehouse. Natural light pours in through the skylight and windows. The library shelves were designed by Michael Graves with columns faux finished to give the appearance of pear wood. Lining the library shelves are several examples of Michael's collection of grand tour objects and other collectibles. The circular etching at the end of the library is a dome by the French painter Lebrun. Opposite this dome paint etching is a window niche in a 19th century English alabaster vase. Walking through the side doors of the library, we find ourselves in the East Garden with a tapis verde surrounded by an ivy-clad fence. 8 matched sycamore trees are planted in a row approximately 8 feet from the south garden wall to create an allée leading to a park.
And now we'll walk you through our design process.
First, the team discussed the scope of the project. We established a clear understanding of the goals that we had. The research team then visited the residence in Princeton, New Jersey. Initial 360 photographs were captured of the unique spaces using a GoPro camera. We then created user flows and storyboards to help determine the order in which we wanted to take an audience through the home. We then created the experience using the Adobe Creative Cloud and editing software. It was an immersive 360 experience with a voiceover that was created and published to YouTube. We are now going to share with you the tools used to create this experience. To capture the 360 photographs, we used a GoPro Fusion camera. We used the GoPro companion app Fusion to render the 360 photographs. Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom allowed us to color correct and clean up the images. Adobe Audition, a digital audio workstation, was used to edit the voiceover and soundtracks used throughout the video. Adobe Premiere Pro was used to create and edit the final video. Lastly, YouTube Studio was used to upload and publish the 360 video.
One challenge when shooting 360 footage is determining where to place the camera. In this specific project, we wanted to make sure that we were not in any of the shots. So we used the Bluetooth capabilities of the GoPro camera and connected it to an iPhone. The iPhone acted as the remote control for the camera. Then we needed to hide somewhere to capture the desired shots while still being in range to control the camera.
After capturing the footage at the location in Princeton, New Jersey, we organized all of the shots that we had taken with the GoPro Fusion. We created 104 folders with interior photographs and 14 folders with exterior photographs. It was important that we carefully organized all of our files prior to setting up the project in Premiere Pro, a video editing application. For each 360 monoscopic photograph, we had to stitch together two fisheye photographs, one being the front view and the other being the back view. The software that we used to stitch and render the photographs was Fusion Studio. After we dropped the images into the application, it automatically stitched the photos. All we had to do was render them out. Here we take a closer look at a batch of 360 photographs ready to be rendered in Fusion Studio.
One important challenge that we faced was deciding how we wanted to take the user through the house. We used floor plans in order to establish the intended flow through the different rooms and spaces. After identifying the intended flow, we created an experience storyboard, which was essential for determining the needed copy for the voiceover script.
We used Adobe Lightroom for color correction to the 360 photographs. We then took those photographs and dropped them into Adobe Premiere Pro for video editing.
With the script established from various sources and stakeholders, we enlisted Dean Money's assistance in recording the voiceover.
Voiceover edits were made in Adobe Audition. We then took the voiceover and added it to the main project file in Premiere Pro. We synced the 360 photographs with a narration of the experience.
To experience the full VR tour, please visit bit.ly/Graves360.
We are really grateful to have had the opportunity to work on this project, especially during the uncertain times of COVID-19. We're excited how a project like this can make a historical building more accessible during these unique times, allowing people to visit it virtually. Also, by using YouTube as our platform, this enabled us to make the project more accessible through closed captioning. The intended outputs for this project include a YouTube 360 VR experience of the Michael Graves residence to share with Kean University and with the public. It also includes a 360 VR experience designed for viewing on an Oculus headset for an upcoming exhibit at the China Design Museum in Hangzhou.
I would like to thank Dr. Farahi, Dr. Tony, and Dr. Bousquet for their continuing support of our research. And a special thanks goes to Dean David Money and Associate Dean Rose Ganella for their contributions to the project. Thank you for joining us.